Dear students, I am Rajiv Kumar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering in Asansol Engineering College. Hope you all are doing well with your health and studies during this pandemic and lockdown period. So, without wasting much time, let us quickly start the topic. Dear students, in last class we learned how to draw the phasor diagram for R load. Now today we will try to draw the phasor diagram for inductive load, that is L load, and capacitive load, that is for C load. Okay, so let us first draw the phasor diagram for L load. Okay, for L load. Okay, so we will follow the same steps. Okay, first we will draw the reference, that is flux. This is flux phi. Next, we will draw the induced EMFs V1 and V2, which lags 90 degree behind flux. Okay. Say this is E1 and this is E2. Okay. Now we will draw V1, which is in opposite with the E1. Okay. This is V1. Right. Now I should draw. Okay, so step by step. Next step, you should draw the no load current. So these are the common steps, right, which we have already following in the previous lectures. Okay, these are the common things. Now we will draw I2. So where should be I2? Since this is a L load, okay, that is inductive load, as we know that in inductive load current always lags behind voltage. So here I2 will lag behind this E2, right? And since it's not a purely inductive load, so it will not lag behind by 90 degree. It will be an acute angle. Okay? So let us say I2 is somewhere here. So this is I2. Now we will draw I2 dash. Okay, so where is I2 dash? I2 dash is always opposite to the I2, right? It is in opposite phase. So obviously I2 dash will be just opposite to this I2. Okay, so this is I2 dash. Now we know from the equation that I1 is equal to, that is primary current, is equal to no load current plus secondary reflected current to the primary, that is I2 dash. So we will add these two, right, to get I1. Okay. So how will you add this vector addition, right? If you do this, you will find this one. Okay. This is what now I1. So this is the phasor diagram for inductive load. Okay. Now the angles. Okay. So this angle. Okay, let me change the color for your better understanding. See, this angle is phi naught. That is no load power factor. This is another angle between V1 and I1. Okay, this angle is phi 1. Okay, phi 1, that is primary side power factor on inductive load. And this angle is phi 2, that is uh, load power factor angle. Okay, now let us have a more clear picture of the phasor diagram for inductive load, as you can see here, right? We are adding some inductive load here. Okay, and in primary, as usual, AC source is added, okay, which is V1. Okay, fine. So you can see here, for the more clear picture of the phasor diagram, that this phi we are taking as reference, then E1 and E2 we are drawing. After that we are drawing this no load current. Now we should draw this I2. Okay, this I2 has been drawn. This I2 is will actually lag. This I2 is here, right? And this is the voltage is here induced is E2. So I2 will lag behind this E2. Okay, so that is why it is lagging phi by an angle phi 2. Okay, then I2 dash, since I2 dash is just opposite to I2, it has been drawn here. Now this I2 dash and I1 will together form this I1, as I have already explained that I1 is summation of I2 dash and I0. Okay, so this I1 will be drawn here, and this angle is phi 1. Okay, this angle is phi 1 is given, and this is phi naught. Okay, so that I have already explained. So this is how we draw the phasor diagram. Hope you understood. So this is all about inductive load. Now we will proceed for capacitive load similarly. Okay. Hope you are understanding. Now we will draw the phasor diagram for capacitive load, right? C load. Okay. So the similar way we will first draw the reference, that is flux. Okay, This is flux phi. Next, E1 and E2. This is E1, this is E2. Okay. Now, next we will draw that V1, which is opposite to E1. This is V1. Fine. Now, next step is to draw the no load current, that is I naught. This is I naught current, no load current. Okay. Now we will draw I2. Okay. So since this is a capacitive load, okay, so I2 current will lead the voltage E2. As always in capacitive load, current leads the voltage. So here also this will lead by an angle. Okay. So if it will lead, it will be in this side. Okay. So say this is this is I2. Okay. So now where will be I2 dash? It will be just opposite to the I2. So let us draw that I2 dash. It will be opposite. So it will be obviously in this direction. This is I2 dash. Now as we know that I1, that is primary current, is equal to I naught plus I2 dash, the same thing. Okay. So here we will add these two vectorially. So see, I am adding. Okay. So it will be somewhere here. So this will be I1. Now let us draw the power factor angles. So first, this one is phi naught. Okay. This one angle is phi 1 and this angle is phi 2. Okay. So here we should notice one thing, that this power factor angle has been reduced with respect to the R load as well as L load, right? So what will happen? See, suppose if this current I2 will lead more, then what will happen? So let us see, have an idea. If it is leading more, so suppose here this is I2, so what will happen? This I2 dash will be more here, right? And the resultant will be where? The resultant, if you draw it is possibility that resultant will come on this V1 itself. Okay. So this may be your I1. So what is the angle now between V1 and I1? 0. That means what? The power factor is becoming 1. Why? Because cos 0 is 1. So it will be a unity power factor, right? So a transformer can operate on unity power factor only if the load is capacitive. This is the only possibility, right? And not for all the capacitive load. It has a particular value, right? In capacitive load, its power factor will improve, right? Earlier, the power factor angle was more, right? So its power factor is actually less. Okay, so as this we introduce capacitive load, this this angle is getting decreased, right? So as the angle will decrease, the value of power factor will increase and the maximum value is 1. Okay, so one question is always or often asked, uh, at what kind of load the transformer may operate at unity power factor. So your answer should be at capacitive load. Hope you are understanding. Okay, fine. So let us see more clear picture for this one. Now as you can see that this is the more clear picture for phasor diagram of capacitive load. Okay, so in capacitive load we add capacitive load in the secondary. Okay, so let me show you. So this is connected, so this is capacitive load. Okay, and in primary as usual we will have a supply voltage here. This is V1. Okay, so here I2 current is flowing, this is E2 voltage. So this I2 is actually leading this I2 is leading the E2 by an angle phi 2. Okay, now this I2 has been drawn, so I2 dash will be just opposite to this one. Okay, so I2 dash is here. Now add this I2 and I0, you will get I1. Okay, this angle is phi 1, this angle is phi 0. Hope it is clear. Okay, thank you students for today. Now in next class we will see how to draw the phasor diagram for practical transformer considering leakage flux as well. Okay, thank you for today. Have a nice day.